these are details coming in. Noida's Jewar airport that is expected to become functional early next year. The airport is likely to become operational by April 2025. Let's put out the details that we are tracking this hour. It's the first flight test at Jewar airport. First test flight that has landed at the Noida airport. So it's said that the airport would become operational by 2025, early next year. And these are the visuals on your screens of the first flight test at the Jewar airport. So visuals on your screens, Noida International Airport conducting first flight validation test ahead of the airport's commercial opening in April 2025. Live visuals on your screens. We will get more details in just a bit. But these are visuals from the Noida International Airport conducting first flight validation test at the Jewar airport. The Noida International Airport Limited, which is the NIAL, has conducted the first flight validation test for Noida International Airport ahead of the airport's commercial opening that is set to take place in April next year. So maiden test launch at the airport in Noida. First flight validation test which is taking place ahead of the commercial opening in April next year. Let's go across to Suyesha joining us live from the newsroom. Suyesha, the maiden test happening there at the Noida airport. Give us more details.
Continue to stay with these pictures, Samiksha, as this is the first flight validation that has been conducted at the Noida International Airport. The commercial opening, like we understand, is in April 2025, but this is the much-awaited Jewar airport that has begun operations, and this is a successful test flight that has made a landing. Now, we understand that while operations are set to begin on the 17th of April 2025, 30 flights that have been planned for both domestic and international destinations. Why this holds a lot of significance is because we understand that the NCR region all this while had to travel all the way to the national capital to get a flight. This particularly is for residents in Noida and UP, and also the fact that for Gurgaon it was still particularly convenient to go and take a flight from the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi. But for Noida residents who had to travel all the way, and this is not just about Noida, this is about several pockets in Uttar Pradesh that now has its own airport in Jewar. Let's also understand that this has been built with a lot of sophistication. It is slated to be the 4th largest airport in the world, significantly enhancing air travel capacity in the national capital region. Early discussions that had, of course, suggested that the first international flights from Noida Airport will be bound for Singapore, Dubai, Zurich, with Zurich being notable as the headquarters of the airport's concessionaire. Domestically, the airport will connect to all major cities, including Mumbai, Bangalore, Lucknow, Hyderabad, Dehradun, and Hubli. And while we understand that consultations are still underway between DGCA and airline partners Indigo and Akasa, the plan for the domestic routes is still under talks. Further expansion, of course, is slated to happen in the future phases. So the airport that has been developed in 4 phases, with the initial phase that focused on establishing a passenger terminal complex that spans over 1 lakh square kilometers, a 3.9 kilometer runway, and necessary support facilities. The first phase that also covers about over 1,300 hectares in Jewar. Now we understand that this is an airport that is set to see heavy operations, including more than 1 lakh flights, 12 million passengers that are set to fly. This is a huge feat that has been achieved as far as enhancing operations in civil aviation is concerned. This is Delhi NCR's second major airport in Noida, and like I said, will be extremely convenient for all those, especially in UP, which are close to this airport, to take international flights, because all this while they had to go all the way to the Indira Gandhi International Airport near Mahipalpur in Delhi. But now Noida, Jewar having its own airport, which will have both domestic and international flights taking off. Let's also remind our viewers how the foundation stone for this airport was laid by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2021. Commercial operations that are anticipated to commence in April 2025. And upon completion of all phases, the airport will, all in all, feature 6 runways, allowing it to handle up to 70 million passengers a year, facilitate more than 4 lakh aircraft movements annually. The airport will also include a second passenger terminal, advanced cargo facilities, and its role that it will play as a major air cargo gateway for northern India. All in all, we also understand that bookings for international flights are expected to open 90 days before this airport's official inauguration in April 2025. So far, Samiksha, we understand that by about January sometime is when airlines will also start flashing this as a takeoff and landing destination, this Jewar airport, for a lot of flights that will connect to the sectors that I told you, both domestic and internationally. Domestic tickets will be available 6 weeks prior, so that should be approximately in February sometime. In fact, the concessionaire plans that will be submitted and in fact, the application for an aerodrome license that has been submitted, and it is projected to get its approval in 90 days. So all in all, we understand that the license is expected to be granted by March 2025, and April 2025 is when the airport will officially launch its operations in full swing. We also tell our viewers how the operations have been delayed. Noida Airport was initially scheduled to start in September 2023, but a high-level meeting that had taken place with NIAL, Yamuna International Airport, DGC and the Airports Authority of India, and later it was postponed to April 2024, which had later now been postponed to April 2025. Now, the airport has successfully completed its calibration of its instrument landing system, a crucial element for assisting pilots during low visibility. Several trial runs that are scheduled over the coming months to test the runway's readiness. And there you see that Indigo flight that has made a successful landing. So this marks the first flight validation that has been conducted at the Jewar airport, the much awaited Jewar airport that people in this belt have been waiting for years for it to start functioning. Now, the Noida International Airport that has also been designed in a way to achieve net zero emissions, underscoring a commitment towards sustainable development. The initiative that also aligns with global trends towards environmentally responsible airport operations. So all in all, it has been built with in much detail, taking care of all these factors, and we understand that the equipment, the technology is world class. So this will have flights that will connect both domestic and international flights, and April 2025 is the time that has been designated to begin operations in full swing. Samiksha.
Right, Suesha, thank you for the moment. So, Noida International Airport, the visuals on your screens, that is said to be India's largest airport, jointly being developed by the Zurich Airport International and the UP government.